Welcome to the NBA Desktop. Yay. Let's get into the feed. What's going on? The NBA season could potentially be canceled. Hashtag they're gonna cancel it. That's a prediction from me to you. Here is Windy talking about it.
Brian, it's been a bad week. A big factor was what happened in China, where they halted the return of their league. And one of the big reasons is because they really believe that they just tested the players' temperature all the time, that it would work. And the Chinese are finding that asymptomatic carriers are causing maybe a second wave in that country, and they have just slammed the brakes on sports. And
so various people have come up with solutions for how we could possibly salvage sports in the age of COVID-19. Let's take it to, what is it, the Quarantine Dome? The ISO Dome. District 19. Welcome to District 19, where we evaluate different takes for how sports could possibly return in the age of Corona. Here is solution 1. Here is a solution from Nate Duncan. Assuming immunity from reinfection is scientifically established. Now, that's a big if, folks. How about populating the stands of live sporting events only with fans who are confirmed corona survivors? What do we think of this plan? KC?
I will say that it opens up new ways to prove your fandom. So obviously I like Orlando Magic. And let's say Fultz gets on a heater during this tournament and, you know, he has 3 games of 20 plus points or something. I get to say, well, there's only one way for me to see this in person, and it's put up or shut up.
It's an interesting idea. I have another idea that I'll pitch. 2 leagues. Positive. And not positive.
That's good.
The positive league, we would see a return to ISO ball.
Yes. So let's go around the panel. Chris Ryan, you buying it?
No, I'm not buying it.
Okay. Casey, you buying it?
No, I'm not.
Tyler, you buying it?
Not even for fun. No.
Okay. Here's solution 2. Jay Williams appeared on Golic and Wingo. Loved both those guys. And his idea was you have an Eastern Conference cruise ship and a Western Conference cruise ship. Now, of course, everyone has been cleared.
The thing that I've taken from this whole experience that we've collectively gone through is really how badly I want to get back on a cruise ship.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It's just like, the ultimate zag by Jay Williams.
Yeah, right. Just steer into it.
Once they get out to international waters,
that's right.
You could you could start gambling on the games.
You could start hunting human prey. Anything.
3 in the key is totally fine in international waters.
Tyler, what do you think about the boat idea?
My immediate assumption was, Jay Williams has bought low on some Norwegian Cruise Line stock, and he's trying to get the word out. Hey, you guys, I know that everyone's down on cruise ships right now, but here's an idea. Let's get crazy. These are crazy times. We've got to think a little bit outside the box.
You could have a wrinkle here where actually the people who are in the engine room and who cook the food are the players themselves. It's entirely self-sustaining.
I like this a lot.
That's a good idea. What if they catch all their food on the high seas? So you have Anthony Davis just fucking with a fishing net off the stern, just pulling up tunas and stuff. Chris Ryan, you buying it? Cruise ship?
I'm not selling it as hard as I sold let fans in.
Casey, what do you think?
I'm not selling it as hard as I'm selling Royal Caribbean stock, but I'm not ready to do it.
I feel you. Tyler?
I'm in the same boat, as the other two. Better idea than the first, but I don't want any part of it actually coming to fruition.
Next idea. This is an idea not related to the NBA, related to the UFC, but so Dana White, he's in the process of securing an island for UFC fights every week, he says. Let's pretend there's an island, and you fly all the players in. What do we think about we solve this with an island?
Should we play outdoors so that we get a little bit of that Survivor thing going where it's been raining for 3 days?
Maybe if you lose some kind of fire token challenge, you have to play outdoors?
Or it's the higher seed gets to pick.
Yeah. Indoors, outdoors. We've been practicing in the wind.
My thing is where are we as a society, as the human race, where Dana White might have the best idea?
Yeah.
We always are, buddy. This is Dana White's world.
Who do you guys think wins the NBA Finals on an island? The Miami Heat have been training for this moment for the last 10 years. All that,
sure.
They're fucking ready for this.
I think what we figured out here is that self-sustaining is the way to go. The island solution is potentially the best solution. Maybe select leaders by giving them a conch shell and allowing them to hold that. Gentlemen, Thank you for entering the District 19 take zone. Maybe one, maybe two. Here is Carmelo Anthony, who, if not for the miraculous intercession of LeBron James on the high seas some years ago, would be hovering somewhere around Davy Jones's locker at the bottom of the fucking Caribbean. Being like, I would have won 2 championships. That's right, you heard correctly. Melo says to Dwayne Wade that if he would have been selected by the Pistons, famously the Pistons selected Darko Milicic, he of nationalist Serbian politics, instead of Melo. Here is what he had to say.
I don't know what I would have been if I would have went to Detroit.
Tell me.
I know I'd have had maybe 2 or 3 rings.
2 or 3 rings! Okay, so they went to the finals with Darko nailed, tied, and chained to the bench. And would Melo have made a difference there? Yes. I think you could reasonably say Melo gets a ring. Let's talk to Ben Wallace, who says, aha, not so fast, remember me? I averaged a half a point a game and I have opinions about basketball. Wow. He averaged more points than I gave him credit for. Ben Wallace, Pistons would have 0 rings with Melo. Would have ruined our chemistry. If we would have drafted Carmelo, I honestly don't think we would have ever won a championship, Wallace said on the 120 Watts podcast. Anyone? Any 120 Watts heads out there? Ben Wallace, if he was in the league today, people would stand 25 feet away from him, not for social distancing reasons, but just because it's like no one's scared of him scoring. I think Melo would have got 1 ring. Oh, it's snake time. So, a favorite epithet of NBA players when they are crossed or otherwise betrayed is to call a motherfucker a snake. Let's talk about Glenn Taylor. The Wolves have reached out and they want to retire Kevin Garnett's number. Here is Kevin Garnett on Glenn. Glenn knows where I'm at. I'm not entertaining it. But I don't do business with snakes.
The Glenn Taylor, otherwise known as a motherfucking snake, nests primarily in the cold and is not capable of eating his prey. Instead, he sheds them like his skin once they've become completely worthless in his eyes. The northwestern grass snake, sneaky and calculated, this male lures his prey onto his podcast by first befriending them. Once he's gathered all the necessary content, that is the opportune time to strike. The fisher snake is a solitary snake with no regard for social rules. He slithers into the burrows of other male snakes and attracts their female counterparts. Cobra Commander is the supreme leader of a terrorist organization who rules with an iron fist and demands total loyalty and allegiance. Perhaps the most notable and dangerous snake of all, the Kevin Durant. In some cultures, he is idolized and even worshipped. He wears it like a badge of honor, striking openly on the court and in the mentions.
Fave blocks. Oh, guess what? The 2K tournament was a fucking debacle. Who could have guessed? Kevin Durant's loss to Derrick Jones Jr. in NBA 2K has resulted in a gambling scandal. Guess what, bitch? If you gamble on 2K, you deserve to lose all your money, and they should come and take all your belongings as well. So here's what happened. This event was terrible. Let's just say it. No, in fact, that's it. We're done. We're done with this. We're not doing it anymore. We're out! Bought the whole damn team. LaMelo Ball now owns a team in Australia. What does this mean? What are the implications of this? How will this impact the 2020 draft? I don't fucking know. I want to draw your attention to what I think is the greatest quote in this piece. Melo is 18, but he has a 27-year-old brain. If that's the example you're using, if that's like the metaphor, he's wise beyond his years. Just go older than 27. 27-year-olds fuck up a lot. 27-year-old brain. He's like could only been able to rent a car for 2 years. What are you talking about? I fave it. That's fine.
Did you cut your hair?
No.
Okay.
I just know how to style it because I'm not 3.
Wow.